Now here are the impact of migration. So first one, impact of migration on the country of origin. Country of origin means the place where a person is living. So economic impact, the economic impact of migration on the country of origin can be understood in terms of its advantages and disadvantages. Here are some advantages. First one, the area benefits from remittance sent home. Remittance, they are getting salary and afterward they are saving it and sending it to their hometown. Remittance. Then upon return, migrants bring new skill to the country, such as ability to speak foreign languages. They are adapting some kind of new skills when they are living in one place, and afterward they are moving to their native place, to their origin country. So here they can develop their skill and others to also get benefit from there. There is a less pressure on resources such as food and social services such as healthcare. So two disadvantages are also there. Loss of young workforce. When young persons are moving from one place to another, that means people are getting less skill over that area. Then loss of labor also. It may reduce the inward investment of private companies. So after economic impact, next is social impact. In this also some pros and cons are there. Some first advantages: the population density is reduced and birth rate falls due to the society being impacted by the migration. Population density reduced and birth rate also falls. Then remittance sent home by economic migrants can also be used to finance improved education and health services. Then returning migrants increase social expectations for communities. Here are some disadvantages for this society. The marriage rate fall and family structures break down due to the migrant of young people. Then lots of young people migrating out of the country can increase the dependency ratio. Dependency, when people, those who are not able to work or they are physically able to do work, they are dependent on the younger ones, and they are creating the dependency ratio on the people, those who are the workers. Next is returning retired migrants may increase the social cost and communities too. Then migration of men and young families can cause a loss of cultural leadership and tradition too. Here are the impact of migration on the destination or on the host country. Firstly, we will discuss the origin, the country of origin. Now host country in which you are migrating. On this also economic impact, social impacts are there. So economic impact, first advantages: migrants take up less desirable manual job which natives would not take but need filling. Like for example, the people, those who are coming from Bihar, they are getting job here in Punjab because they are the skilled one, and the people, those who are living in Punjab, they are not able to do that work, and at that time they are filling that vacancy. The host country can gain skilled labor for cheap, and there is a labor surplus, and those with skill and education fuel for the economy. Then skill gap in many host countries can filled by the migrants. Skill gap. Then cost of retirement can be transferred to the country of origin. Here are disadvantages: migrant children need to be taught the language spoken in the destination country. Firstly, you have to learn the new language, the destination place, you have to learn that language. Then there is an over dependency in some industries on migrant laborers, leading to the lack of jobs for people natives to the host country. Then much of the money earned by the migrants is not spent in host country, because in that country you are getting less money, but when you will send that money to your country of origin, at that time they can secure, or they can spend that money in a good way. More people increase the pressure on resources and services such as healthcare system. Here are the social impact. The first disadvantage for social impact is the creation of multi-ethnic society increases the understanding and tolerance of other cultures. Then there is an influx of new or revitalized services. For example, Turkish baths, yoga centers, restaurants serving cuisines for different countries. Then people from other countries can encourage the learning of new languages, helping people develop skill for working internationally. If you will learn the new language of that particular host country, you can do work in any other place. Next, disadvantages: the dominance of males is reinforced due to the large number of male migrants, and especially in cultures where women already have a low status. Then aspect of cultural identity are lost, and especially in second generation children, cultural identity, they completely lost their cultural identity, their tradition. Segregated ethnic areas are created, and for example the establishment of a separate Chinatown. So like that they have given the examples. Here is the next topic, which is very very important: brain drain. Here is the simple definition for brain drain: the emigration of highly trained or qualified people from a particular country. When a person moving from one country to another, or who is very very skilled or qualified person, at that time the origin country getting great loss, because he is losing a person who is very qualified, who is very talented. So that is called the brain drain. There are number of reasons behind the brain drain, and they discussed all these reasons in two factors: the push factors and pull factors. So firstly, what are push factors which are behind that brain drain? And it is usually happen in nowadays, the skilled persons or the youth which is moving from our country to other states like Canada, UK, for their for study purpose, and afterward they settle down there. So that's why our country is losing the skilled persons. That is called the brain drain. Push factors are here. Some push factors for brain drain have been listed here. First one, substandard living condition, lack of employment opportunities, absence of highly paid jobs or low insufficient wages, discrimination in recruitments and promotions, lack of freedom at work, social unrest, political instability, conflict and war condition, lack of educational opportunities or poor quality of education. These are the basic push factors which are pushing a person to leave his own or leave his own native country. Next are pull factors. First is improved standard of living. Pull factors which are attracting a person to the country of host country. So they are attracted by the standard of living, employment opportunities with high salaries, extensive resources for research, unconventional and advanced technology, modern facilities of laboratory equipment, availability of experienced sport workforce, healthier working conditions, growth in employment with guaranteed development, availability of modern education system and schemes, prestige of training abroad, political stability. These are the basic pull factors which are attracting a person to move from one place to another. Here are the impact of brain drain. Impact, some positive impacts are there and some negative are there. So here are the positive impacts of brain drain. The positive impact of brain drain can be summed up in the following points. First is highly educated people who move from one less developed countries to developed countries receive more opportunities in terms of knowledge, employment opportunities, high wages and new techniques and training. So first, positive impact. Then next one, if and when this individual chooses to return to his home country, he will be well equipped with ample knowledge. They can get ample knowledge, expertise which can be utilized for their own growth afterward when they want to shift from that host country to their own country. Next, many people who migrate from their country of origin usually send back money to contribute to their household. Next are the negative impact of brain drain. First one is loss of tax revenue. In that country, you will get the tax revenue loss, loss of potential future entrepreneurs. You will not get entrepreneurs in future because people who are skilled, they can move from their own country. So how do you can get the potential future entrepreneurs? A shortage of important skilled workers. Exodus may lead to the loss of confidence and in the economy, which will cause persons to desire to leave there rather than stay. Loss of innovative ideas, loss of the country's investment in education, loss of critical health and education services. So how can brain drain can be curbed? How you can solve this problem? Here are some important notes they have given. We have to increase job advancement opportunities in our own country. So afterward, the skilled workers will not move from their own country. Improved research opportunities will be there in own place. Then they will not shift. Ensure higher wages or equivalent to the wages they might earn in the different country. Then improve the standard of education and bring to the same level as in the developing country, and provision of world-class technology. So these are the main things which can be used to solve this problem of brain drain of young people. I hope you understand this chapter. If you will get any query, you can ask me through comment section. Thank you.